Look, there are two things you don't do in the American food industry. You don't skimp on the bacon, and you never steal another chef's signature sauce. My name is Leo, and for 5 years, I ran a single, hyper-successful burger spot in Chicago called the Craft House. We weren't a massive chain, but we had people waiting 2 hours in the freezing wind just to get a taste of one thing. My signature Holy Grail glaze. It was a sweet, smoky, bourbon-infused masterpiece that made ordinary beef taste like literal heaven. To understand the level of audacity we're dealing with, you gotta understand how big the Holy Grail glaze was. It wasn't just sauce, it was a cultural phenomenon. Food vloggers were driving across state lines just to review it. Local news called it Chicago's liquid gold. One Tuesday afternoon, during our post-lunch lull, a guy rolls in wearing a three-piece suit that probably cost more than my entire inventory. This was Vance Carrington, the regional VP of Burger Nation. He walks up to the counter, doesn't even order food, and drops a manila envelope in front of me. He offers me $50,000 for the exclusive rights to the Holy Grail glaze. 50 grand for a sauce that was making me 6 figures a year easily. It was an absolute joke. I looked him dead in the eye and said, "Bro, you couldn't buy the steam off my grill for 50 grand. Take your suit and walk." Vance didn't get mad. He just smirked, adjusted his tie and said, "Big mistake, Leo. In this business, the big fish always eat the little fish, one way or another." 2 weeks later, I hire a new line cook named Marcus. He claimed he was a culinary student looking for extra cash. He was a decent cook, quiet, always asking questions about how I prepped the glaze. I figured he was just an eager kid trying to learn the craft. Boy, was I naive. One morning, I come into the kitchen early to do inventory. The back door is unlocked. I walk into the walk-in freezer, and there's Marcus, holding a digital scale, measuring out my proprietary spice blend into little plastic baggies, while texting photos of our prep sheets. I caught him red-handed. The kid completely panics, drops his phone, and bolts out the back alley. I pick up his phone, and the chat history is wide open. It's a text thread with Vance Carrington. The last message from Vance read, "Get the exact bourbon to maple ratio, and your $10,000 bonus hits your account tonight." Marcus was an industry plant, a literal corporate spy. I was furious, but I thought, hey, at least I stopped him before he got everything. But I was wrong. 2 months later, billboards start popping up all over the United States. Burger Nation announced their new nationwide menu item, the Grail Burger, featuring the authentic Holy Grail glaze. They didn't even change the name. They thought because I was a small business owner, I wouldn't have the cash to fight them in federal court. They figured they'd drag the lawsuit out for years until I ran out of money and went under. And for a minute it worked. My sales dropped 40% because people could just get a cheap, mass-produced knockoff at any Burger Nation drive-thru. I was losing sleep, drowning in stress, wondering how I was going to keep my staff paid. But Vance Carrington made one massive, arrogant mistake. 2 years prior, when the sauce first went viral, a regular customer of mine who happened to be a high-profile IP, intellectual property, attorney told me, "Leo, register this sauce immediately." And I did. I didn't just patent the recipe, which is hard to defend. I federally registered Holy Grail Glaze as a protected trademark for food products, complete with a specific chemical flavor profile and our signature branding. I called up my attorney buddy. He took one look at Burger Nation's nationwide marketing campaign and smiled. He said, "Leo, this isn't just copyright infringement. This is willful, bad faith trademark counterfeiting on a massive scale. They used your exact registered name to siphon your actual customer base." We didn't just sue them for damages. We went for the jugular. We filed for an immediate federal injunction to freeze their entire nationwide sales of that burger, and we sued for treble damages, meaning because they knowingly stole it, and we had Marcus's phone text messages to prove it. They had to pay triple the amount of all profits they made off that sauce nationwide. The big fish didn't eat the little fish. The little fish had a poison spike. Today, Burger Nation no longer exists. All 200 locations across the United States have been rebranded as Leo's Craft House. And you can bet your life that every single one of them serves the authentic, real-deal Holy Grail glaze, made legally, ethically, and bringing in millions of dollars a year straight into my pocket. Have you ever caught a coworker or a boss stealing credit for your hard work? How did you handle it? Drop a comment down below and let me know. Smash that like button, subscribe for more daily karma stories, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Please.